All right, our guys are back, David and Sly.
All right, a lot of good from the Aggies, but let's start with the bad and the ugly first. Woo, BYU.
Oh, it was a bad game for BYU, but, I mean, one of the things you got to do is start the rushing game. They could not get the rushing game going. Only 39 total yards.
That's right. Squally Cannon kind of got hurt early on in the game, but this is a play right here. We're going to have miscommunication between Austin Hoyt and Matt Bushman. They're going to leave the defender, Dontre Rockamore, unblocked. Fantastic job by them. Big tackle for loss, and that really set the tone early. BYU really could never recover. Like you said, only 39 yards rushing, and this offense is predicated upon rushing the ball.
Yeah, 3 turnovers for BYU to Utah State 0. That just can't happen if you want to win.
We've seen BYU go back to this play. Once again, it's going to be behind line of scrimmage so you can block downfield. But what happens? Both Squally and Matt Bushman are not going to get their blocks, and it results in Holker getting the pass. Boom, pops it out. And Utah State recovers. They're already up 14-0, go down and score. Now you're starting to widen that gap. BYU really struggled, and a lot of it the majority of the credit goes to Utah State. They were flying around. I mean, these guys came in motivated, and BYU got punched in the mouth early, and they never really recovered.
Yeah, and the BYU defense just could not stop Utah State's big plays. It was crazy.
Yeah, this is one of those pop passes.
Nice.
This is a great play dialed up by Utah State. BYU's defense kind of lulled to sleep, but what you're going to see is 4 men to the field, right? So you flood the defense. You've got 4 guys to defend it, but what I like about it, they dialed up, is they're going to do a play action to the running back. It's going to freeze Zane Anderson, the linebacker. Just gives him enough time for right here, the wing, to get past the linebacker. You see, once again, Sione Takitaki, because of the play action, is going to shade to the boundary side, and boom, ball over the top. Big plays. This is what hurt BYU. Once again, credit to Utah State.
Yeah.
They dialed some, the coaches in the game plan they put together was solid.
Well, it was great. I mean, Utah State had 220-plus yards rushing the ball. It's what you got to do. Here, Thompson just does an amazing job running the ball.
It really is. I mean, there's really nowhere to go here. BYU actually does a stunt up front, which hurts them. But the blocking up front, Utah State picked up the stunt. They washed him down. You see right here, Mariner coming around the edge. You had Peely that got watched all the way down. And, I mean, honestly, there's no hole here whatsoever. It's phenomenal the way they were able to squeeze through, and boom, he's gone for the races.
Speed in the secondary, crazy.
It was one of those games where BYU couldn't do anything right. And here's once again, here you see the scrum. I mean, the fact that Thompson was able to skirt through really is remarkable.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But Utah State's able to set the tone at the very beginning of the game with this pick 6.
Yeah, and this was one where Tanner Mangan, you got to realize, but credit to Utah State, they didn't bite on it. They did a play action. Instead, you see right there, they sit on it, they wait for it, and it really is one of those plays where, at the beginning of the game, you set the tone. It's 0-0, pick it off, and it's Utah State all the way from there. So great job by the defender. Sits in the flats and gets his body square, doesn't bite, and sits right there and waits for Tanner Mangan to set up and throw. And I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if El Bakri's open on that anyways. I mean, it's one of those plays that was kind of doomed from the beginning, 4th down.
Yeah, well, here we go. We got 4th and goal. What do you need to do as BYU defense?
Well, I love this play that was dialed up by Utah State. They're going to flood the field. They're going to get everybody going back and a throwback to Gerald Bright. I mean, this was a huge play. This is also 4th down on the goal line. But once again, you see BYU has the right defenders. They have 2 guys over here, but we talk about dirty eyes. Dirty eyes. They're looking in the backfield, and they don't trust their guys. They're going to try to flow back and help out with this rollout. Right. But Jordan Love does a fantastic job putting on Bright for a touchdown. And once again, Utah State, they came in motivated. They were flawless. They didn't have any turnovers. BYU obviously struggled with 3. And you got to give credit to Utah State. This was an in-state rivalry, and they came in prepared. And I mean, it was a whooping, no question.
Yeah, I think a lot of BYU fans are mad, but Utah State may be just that good. They got to get credit.
We've said it all year long that Utah State may be the team that executes the best, and we saw it, plain and simple, right there. They executed like we haven't seen any other team in the state do.
Coaches say it all the time. Do your job. You just saw it illustrated there. There was Aggies doing their job, staying home on the pick 6, not doing your job on the throwback.
And that right there is a result of when a defense, when you're getting beat up all night like BYU's defense was, you start to go outside of your assignment, and you're saying, listen, I got to make a play because my buddy's not making a play. And that's when you really start to hurt the defense, as we saw right there.
I know you think the Utes.
Oh, I'm smiling.
Yeah, right. Okay. But what I'm saying is, you realize how good Utah State is right now,
They're good.
Right?
They're a good team, no doubt. They've got a good season ahead of them, too. I can see them win the Mountains Conference Championship, no doubt.
All right, guys.